So for 1C, they give you this graph right here, and they say come up with at least one, or just come up with one possible equation. Now there's lots of equations that you could do to come up with this, so just find the most basic one. So here's what I'd recommend. If you can get away with no phase shift, that's the best way to do it. So on this one we can. So I'm gonna go ahead and highlight in blue for you just this little section right here. So hopefully you guys can see that. So if I start sort of here and end here, you can see that that shape is a cosine curve, but more importantly, it's been a reflected cosine curve. The first thing I want to do is write down what that is. So I know I'm going to have a negative cosine of x curve, okay? Then from there, figure out the amplitude. So the amplitude is the distance from the midline, which we can see right here at y equals 2. And then it goes up 2 units and down 2 units. So the amplitude is going to be 2. So now, as I build this out, I'm going to have a negative 2 cosine of x, okay? Also, noticing here that the midline is at y equals 2. So that's going to be either a plus 2 on the back end, or you could choose to write like this, 2 minus, and then 2 cosine of x. You could just move this to the front. It's the exact same equation. Either one of these is their equivalent statement so far. All right, the last thing we have to do is just figure out what's the period. So the starts here, and it takes exactly 2 pi over 3 radians to complete one period. So we know the period is 2 pi over 3. So what number goes into the equation? Well, the bottom one does, because the bottom number does. So part number 4, we're going to have 2 minus 2 cosine of 3 and then x. So how do I know that it's a 3? Because remember, to find the period of this function, I would take 2 pi and divide it by whatever number is right there, and that exactly is my period. So I know 3 has to be the thing inside the equation. Okay, so that's where that comes from. And then, let's see here, there is no phase shift, so I don't have to worry about that. So therefore, I'm done. There's the answer, 2 minus 2 cosine 3x. You could also write it like this, 2 minus 2 cosine argument 3x. They are equivalent statements, however you choose to write it.